So I asked AI what to do to get more viewers for my booktube account, and among a bunch of topics it also suggested me a book haul. So today, in my desperate attempt to crack this YouTube algorithm, I bring to you a book haul from the previous year. So previous year I went to this event called Lock the Box, which was organized by Bookchore. So basically you pick a box, pay the price for the box and fill it with as many books as you want and take it home. Here's the stack. It has 7 books, and basically in events like these, okay, so usually in fairs like these I go for books that I really want to read and are like already pretty famous and I think I might find in these fairs, or I go for books that intrigue me based on covers or the synopsis and are pretty much in the size that I would usually read. First book we have is The Chill by Ross McDonald. In this book, we follow a private detective who thinks he has better things to do than take up a case for a young man who supposedly claims that his new bride has gone missing few hours after the wedding. And when the detective starts digging a little more into the case, he gets to know that this new young bride might be connected to a series of brutal murders taking place over the span of 2 decades. And what's very interesting about this book is the last paragraph of the synopsis says, in this Byzantine and compelling tale. First of all, the term Byzantine, I have never heard it used in this way. And as far as my memory serves me right, Byzantine was an empire. I guess it was after the breakup of Roman Empire when it got divided into East and West Roman Empire. The East Roman Empire was called Byzantine Empire. Am I subtly hinting at my history credentials? Yeah. That was something that caught my mind because I've never heard Byzantine, the word. I did not even know it meant something. That was absolutely unnecessary blabbering, but let's just deal with it. The second book that I have is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. So, as you can see, I even read it a little, and it's basically a futuristic dystopian novel in which women, like a main character, who only have one single job to do, and that is to breed. The synopsis of the book reads, in the Republic of Gilead, Offred only has one option, to breed. If she deviates, she will, like all the dissenters, be hanged at the wall or sent out to die slowly of radiation sickness. But even a repressive state cannot obliterate desires, neither Offred's nor that of the 2 men on which her future hangs. I read a few pages of this book, and I'm going to have a very controversial opinion that thus far, I did not enjoy the book at all. I did not think it was my cup of tea. Over the years, I've realized that dystopian novels are not really for me. I read one dystopian novel, it was a classic basically, and it's called V by Yevgeny something something. I don't remember, a Russian author, and it is said to have influenced Animal Farm of George Orwell. But I did not like that book as well, so I think it's just my reading preference. I don't seem to like dystopian novels. The next book we have is Ellen Foster by Kay Gibbons. First of all, when I looked at this book, I was confused of the title, whether it was Kay Gibbons or Ellen Foster. However, had I applied a little bit of my mind, I would have known that the thing in bigger font would be the title, but again, you never know these days. I just read a line from this book, which is at the back of the book. It says, when I was little, I would think of ways to kill my daddy. I would figure out this or that way and run it down through my head until it got easy. So I did a little bit of research and I got to know that it's about a girl, a woman called Ellen Foster, who has suffered nothing but tragedy after tragedy in her life, starting off with her mother's death. And it is through humor and determination that she overcomes all of this. It's a very small book, 126 pages, and I think it will be perfect for traveling. Next book that we have is something that I've wanted to read since 2022. I even had a YouTube video wherein I stated 22 books that I wanted to read in 2022, and I still did not read that book, and that was Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. So first of all, two things I don't like about this book, and it's basically the cover. I don't like movie covers on books. That's the first thing. And the second thing is the sticker here. But I guess that's the price you have to pay for cheaper things. So in this book, we follow our main character Kathy and her 2 friends who are basically studying in this boarding school called Hailsham. However, the intriguing part about this boarding school is that it doesn't teach you anything about the outer world or how to deal with it or how to, make your name in that world. However, when Kathy and her friends are out of this boarding school, finally, they are confronted with a haunting reality. I need to read this book this year itself. That's the goal, at least. The next book we have is very famous book, The Boy in Striped Pajamas. And for those of you who don't know, it's supposed to make you really sad. And guess what a reader likes more than anything? Being sad. I think that is why A Little Life spiral went on for a while. So yeah, basically in this book, as you can see in the cover, which is again taken from the movie. So in this book, we follow Bruno, a 9-year-old boy who knows nothing about the cruelties that people of his country, Germany, are inflicting upon people of a certain ethnicity, as we all know, during the time of World War II. And while he's living in this desolate region of Germany, he forms an unusual friendship with a boy across the white fence. And this boy, he notices, is always in a striped pajama, which is the uniform for the people living on the other side of the fence. And that is the only thing we need to know. It's a short book, so can't spoil much. And what's to spoil? Even I don't know what it's about. I want to read this really badly and then watch the movie as well. And I'm sure that this book has the ability to shatter my heart into pieces. The next book we have is, in fact, the next two books we have are from Indian authors, and it is my goal to read more Indian authors' books because, first of all, whenever I'm reading a book by Western author, I don't get many of the cultural references put in by the authors. And therefore, we have a book called The White Tiger, Booker Prize winner by Arvind Adiga. Yeah. So, in this book, we meet our main character Balram Halwai, who belongs to a humble background, and through his wit and cunning nature, he makes it to the top. Through the story of Balram Halwai, we dive deep into the themes of poverty, class struggle, caste, and corruption. Tell me something that's more relatable to Indian society. Another book that I have, and a very famous book that I haven't read, is The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. Does reading this book make me a dissenter as well? Let's forget what I said. Okay. So, while I was searching for the synopsis of this book, I was really confused as to what the book was about because it did not make sense. And I'm seeing this in a very good way because I think why a certain synopsis does not make sense is because the book has much more to offer than what a synopsis can, tell. I'll still try and just read out to you what's written here. It says The God of Small Things explores the tragic fate of a family which tampered with the laws that lay down who should be loved and how. They are an eccentric mix. Grandmother Mamachi, her spoiled Anglophile son Chaco, her daughter Amu's inseparable twins Estha and Rahel, and baby Kochama, grand aunt, determined to spread the bitter seeds of her early disappointment in love. From its mesmerizing opening sequence, it is clear that we are in the grip of a delicious new voice, a voice of breathtaking beauty. For me, to be honest, this wouldn't have been a synopsis that would intrigue me to pick up a book. However, because of its well acclaimed nature, I had to read this book at least once. So yeah, here we have. This is the final stack. If I were to show you, wait. And this is the final stack. So yeah, that was all for this video. Let us meet in another video.